cheer. Always got to come in with the cheer. What's good, boys?
What up?
It's the formalities.
TheFormalities.com.
The formalities.
We got
a guest panelist today.
Wait, tell them why who's not here first.
Well, they hear our voice and they don't hear Smooth Criminal's voice over there. So clearly, Lene couldn't make it today.
And I know he's gonna hear this. So you're a fuck boy.
Look, here you go on his rant, Funk Flex.
You're a fuck boy.
Me and Cody was talking about you today. Yo, so stepping in for Lene today is Cody Codes.
Cody Codes. You may remember him from the Big Dipper episode.
The gay episode. I'm back.
He's back like cooked crack. And today we have a guest interview with Pete.
How you say your last name?
Monsanto. Like the evil pharmaceutical company.
Like the evil pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Photographer.
Pete Monsanto is here.
They'll call me Photo Pete sometimes. That's
Pete.
Photo Pete. Yeah.
I fuck with that. Photo Pete.
Yeah.
PP.
I'm gonna put him in
Probably
my phone
not
as
that.
Photo Pete.
Probably not that.
That was a fucking screw up.
This is how we start the show. We start the show by going through our weeks. I'll start with Cody. Let's start with Cody.
What up?
How was your week, Cody?
This was an interesting week. You know, I had a rough couple of days in the beginning of the week. Monday and Tuesday was a piece of shit. Wednesday, I started to smile, and Thursday, I'm here with you guys.
Nice.
That's a great analogy. But what did you do?
Yeah, well, give us details.
Yeah, what did you do?
I took my ass to work. Wait, I think did I get laid this week?
Oh shit!
Nice.
See this guy?
I think I did.
I'm gonna put Photo
I
Pete
did.
as your
Damn, that's bad. I did kind of sort of get laid.
That means he put the head in only, and she was like, "Yo, you got a dip, son."
Or I just got some head.
Yeah.
You right?
Anyway, so that's it. Just fucking and working.
Yeah, for this week. Yeah, I was in DC last weekend.
What was you
Oh
doing
yeah,
in DC?
he's turned up out there.
I was up. It was a fellas weekend.
Oh,
It was
okay.
great.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
All the fellas.
The fellas. They
Girls
was in
night
DC.
out, fellas out.
Yeah,
You
I was
ended up
there.
at stadium.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Did you
might
go to
have ended up
stadium?
at stadium.
Nah, I went to arena.
The arena?
Yeah.
I never been to. Well, I've been to DC twice.
It was like
but I've never been out.
it's not a club, but they like rented out like basically like a big arena. That shit was dope, and it was like a big ass club.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Okay. How was your
Raving and shit. You was shuffling?
I was fucked up if that's what you mean.
No, the shuffle dance. You ever been to a rave?
Oh yeah.
They do that stomp
Oh
and
no,
shit.
no, we don't.
How
follow
you,
that.
how you feel about the raves, Pete?
Hell
You been
no,
to a rave
hell no.
before?
Nah. You know what? I found that I've been more into the EDM stuff.
Yo, the
I used to
EDM
like
love EDM.
frown
Yeah.
upon it for a while, but I'm kind of drawn to like the sounds of like Flosstradamus and a lot of these dudes now that are mixing the cultures as opposed to just making it one way. Because before it was just like doosh, doosh, and you couldn't take it, but
Yeah.
now you put a little trap to it and it's a bit different. So I'm into it.
I want to go to one. I see
love
that all throughout my Instagram. Like they had these festivals
Yeah.
the past couple weeks, like scattered all throughout. And this one chick I follow.
It's EDC. Isn't it EDC? I think next weekend. Something like that.
She be on there shuffling. They covered in glitter and shit. They just be going wild.
We got to go to Life in Color.
Those girls, man. Listen,
Be lit.
if you're having a hard time with just regular girls, you want to go there and have an easy time. I'm just telling you what I heard.
I heard it's like just oh my god, like what?
It's
Cool. It's just
they're not like what, you know.
it's just
but
whatever.
You're like, yo, we're here for the music. We're not like,
Whatever.
we don't have to talk about taking you to PF.
It's a totally different crowd than the hip hop crowd.
Yeah.
Everybody's
That's why I like it.
fucking going crazy.
That's why I like it. You don't got to do much. You just got to go in there and have a good time. And you bound to have a good time. How was your week, Cram? What did you do?
My week was pretty cool. Went to work Monday, running around in the morning trying to get my car looked at, but never worked, so that was whack.
That's it?
And Tuesday, stayed in the crib. It was raining. I was playing Watch Dogs. I've been playing Watch Dogs for the past 6 days, like since it came out.
You still didn't beat it?
Yeah, I beat it. I'm just doing
playing
like
You don't sound
multiplayer. I beat it.
Shit sound whack.
I beat it on Monday.
I don't know.
I beat it
don't know what that
Monday.
is.
I beat the story mode. Now I'm just playing like multiplayer with it's sick. I haven't even played Call of Duty in a minute, so I'm just like what? But I'm definitely be on there.
Okay.
I'm going through my keychain access right now, and I'm seeing people names on here. I'm like, how does this bitch have access to my shit? About to delete it. But yeah,
you might want to do that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a
Me neither.
I know what
keychain.
he's talking about with the password.
You can have your
it just
passwords
won't-
logged in, and whenever you go to a website, it'll just be there.
Right.
Oh.
But I see, like, it says account, and then there's someone else's name, like a
So you got
from,
they shit.
Yeah, like a ex from college, and I'm like, and it says last date modified was March 15, 2012, so it makes sense. But I'm like, Jesus, why is it still on here?
Because
you left it there, unorganized motherfucker. Pete, how was your week? How's your week going?
The week was a bit high impact for me.
Yeah?
To start, yeah. Sunday,
Summer Jam?
I start my week on Sunday. You know, some people like Monday, but
Yeah.
I started at Sunday because that's really the first day.
Did you go to Summer Jam?
I did. I do Summer Jam every year.
Okay.
So for me, it's on 9:30 start. I'm at the arena when it's completely empty.
Wow.
And you know, I'm tooled up with a bunch of cameras, and I'm in a meeting.
I mean, everybody was at Summer Jam.
Yeah,
this year.
you know,
It's
I
always a
was
everybody
in
as
there
far as
too.
artists or as far as people?
Well, as far as photographers in your field, I'm talking about.
yeah.
Majority of the big photographers are out there. I seen Mel out there. I said
Yeah.
what up to Mel.
Mhm.
It was a lot of people.
We
Mel
work
was-
alongside
Mel was
each
there?
other.
Yeah, Mel was there.
We work alongside each other every year. pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, and then that pretty much went all day. Then Monday was my breakdown day, where I just stay home and just repair my legs from being in there until 2 a.m. And then I edit. Tuesday, I shot Tanisha Long from MTV Girl Code.
Nice.
which one is that?
What did I do? The black girl.
The
girl
black
from
cute one or the black big one? I like both of them.
There's Alicia Renee, there's Tanisha Long, and then there's Buyer. I forget her first name.
Nah, fuck. I don't know.
But Tanisha Long's the one with the
curly hair?
Yeah, the
Okay.
natural curly hair, light skin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's brown.
she's brownish, but nah, she compared to me, she would be like
Yeah, she might be light skinned in
slightly-
person. You right.
Right.
Okay.
Wednesday, I took it easy yesterday, and today was a bit long. I did some stuff in the morning and had a couple hours sleeping. Now I'm here.
But back to Sunday, that photo pit. How was it in there? Is it really
You know,
craziness,
it's
or was it light
interesting
this
you
year?
asked that. The photo pit was a lot more people than it should have been.
Okay.
Now, I have my concerns that I have to, and my feedback that I'm going to give to the digital media team, well, the head of the digital media team on what was going. It wasn't anything that was crazy.
Yeah.
I think things could have been tweaked a little bit better.
Yeah.
And more on the sides of the content control.
Yeah.
It was like organized at first somewhat. Then it just like lost all of the organization as the night progressed. So
Yeah. Well, one thing I hate photo pits though. I hate them. I'm honestly.
What is that?
That's the okay.
the designated area in
Where-
front of the stage.
Where all the
okay,
people
okay,
can
okay.
take pictures or their
And they're shooting
filmings or
video.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it for a reason that it separates the audience from the artist. For that main reason, I don't like photo pits.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know if you
stupid.
guys have ever been to South by Southwest. If you haven't, you need to go.
Yeah.
But
We're
they
trying to
don't
go next year
really
to have a
photo
panel.
pits.
They don't have
know.
photo pits. Yeah, I
In
know.
a lot of the venues. Now, the ones that do, like the Fader Fort, the stages, they build a pit.
Yeah.
But that's part of, and I don't even want to call it a problem, but it is a part of the problem because South by Southwest was never based on big companies coming in and swinging
Yeah.
the money. It was about the fan interaction. Like, Wiz and Amber walked around in the streets and chilled with people. Lady Gaga went out of costume, put on some denim shorts and some sunglasses, and was drinking beers, and people didn't even know she was Gaga. One guy was like, wait a minute. She was on Kimmel talking about it. He was like, I know you, and I'm not going to overreact, but you're going to take a selfie with me right now. And she was like, sure. But that's
crazy.
what South by Southwest is about. And if you're in music and you do anything in music and you haven't been to South by Southwest,
Yeah.
you need to go look in the mirror and really rethink life.
But can't. Well, I'm trying to get a panel out there for next year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that.
And you should.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you guys need to bring your show on the road right out there. Just get like the same way you got it set up and just do it right out of the back of a van.
I would do it right outside in front of all the commotion, get all the fucking randoms.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
And that's the thing. Like the artists walk right past you.
Yeah.
They walk right past you. And it's like they won't have like some of them will have like one big man with them, but it's not what you normally see.
Yeah.
Because in the way it's set up, you can't really do that. Yeah. There is no driving in and getting dropped off by a black car and then getting whisked away. No, you have to walk through here because the street is closed.
Yeah.
And Texas does not care about who the hell you are.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. So.
But can artists request like not to have a photo pit? I just hate that shit.
They can.
I hate that shit.
They can.
And it's not a thing of.
Sometimes they just request no photos, but then that's another problem which we'll get into. Okay. We'll definitely talk about.
We can talk about it. Go ahead. What about?
Well, a world without pictures.
Yeah.
You don't have Twitter. You don't have the internet.
You don't have Instagram.
You don't have Facebook. You just have a bunch of words.
Yeah.
Right? So I find that it's some, not all, because I understand you want to do content control. You don't want to have everybody shooting you. But sometimes they be like, nah, we're not doing no pictures. And it's like, guess what? But without us, no one saw you. So
yeah,
what are you doing really?
But honestly,
because there was one time before they came out and they was passing them demos, they was jumping in front of every camera that they could.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to just change the way things are laid out. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
But I don't think you need a photo pit at every single show.
No,
like,
I get
it's
it.
Craziness.
You want to develop the intimacy, but that's why they have the 3-song rule.
Yeah.
So you do it the first 3 songs, and then
you
kick
do
you
that.
out of the pit.
Remember remember Irving Plaza when we went to see Big Sean?
Yeah.
And then I wasn't even a photographer. Like I used to do photography.
Was that his first album?
No.
Finally Famous?
Wait.
Was it?
Which album was it, Cram?
It was.
It was the first album?
Yeah, I was there. I was working for them then. That's
I know we're gonna talk about that because I know you have you did this whole thing on Big Sean, right?
Yeah. Well, pretty much on Good Music, but we'll get into it.
But that day, I used to work as a photographer, so I had this little camera or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't working the event or nothing. I just had a camera,
right?
And I had my camera was kind of fancy, and I got my way up to the front, and I went into the photo pit, and I was rocking out with Big Sean in the photo pit. I don't give a fuck about what these motherfuckers around me is doing. Like,
right.
I get it. It's his first album.
Can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
He came. We were together. Right. Me, him, and my other boy. We went to the concert together, free concert. We're in this long ass line.
Yeah.
He says, "Yo, I'll be back." Right. Mind you, we're around the fucking block. We don't know what's going on at the front of the line.
Right.
He's texting me like, "Yo, come up here, come up." We're like, "Yo, what are we're gonna lose our spot?" He's like, "All right, fuck it. I'll meet y'all in here."
I've been to so many concerts.
Mind you, we're on the line for like 2 hours.
You left him outside?
He's inside.
Listen, I told him to come up.
He's sending us. He's sending us pictures.
Him to come up.
Told you to come up.
I told him to come up because you know how it is when the artists walk in. Everybody goes crazy. Oh, that's my opportunity, man. I go right in where I'm not supposed to. I go in and have a good time because that's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy music that much. I'll go in, I have a good time, and that's it. I try to put my boys on. They don't want to listen. Then they stuck in the back.
Yeah, that sound. I went to the YG concert at Urban Plaza.
Yeah,
it was dope. I was too drunk though. I
didn't
forgot
know that
most
was
of the
happening.
concert. It was dope.
Yeah.
I just remember like bits and pieces. I didn't realize I was that drunk until the next day. I was like, "Fuck, I don't really remember the concert like that." I was like, "Thank God for Instagram, these Insta videos."
Yeah, but the photo pit, like it's there, and then he was there for a couple. It was there for like 3 songs, like you said, and then everybody got kicked out to the back. But then I got his front spot, and I was just there. In the front.
Right. Yeah.
But I understand that, but it's like I think all the photographers should get their one moment, whatever. But to have a photo pit at every single show in NYC, every time there's a show here, is a
New
photo
York
pit.
is the biggest market though,
crazy.
And you know what I'm saying? It's a PR push. It's their thing where like, we got to get him. Mr. New York show. It's the big market.
Yeah.
They can't not have it like that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just.
I'm just speaking for the fans.
Yeah, no,
I'm just here speaking for the fans. Like the photo pit is some bullshit.
I'm with
like That's why a lot of, like, I fuck with Action Bronson. He's always going in the crowd.
Yeah.
He's always fucking with the
He
fans.
did that.
Get on that stage.
Did that
and
at
get
Summer
your
Jam.
shit.
Like, he did that at
Suplex.
Summer Jam.
He did it
walked
last year at
outside.
the festival, and then this year he went, and then I don't know how his big ass got over that.
He got over the fucking photo pit shit. Went in the crowd, standing on a chair. He was crazy. It was crazy. That's why I fuck with Action
He be
Bronson.
punching and slamming niggas on their head.
Well, you know what it is? They're not gonna do anything to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would they?
Like he said in his rhymes, I'm as big as the bouncer. So what do you want to do? So I mean, the photo pit, it really just, I don't think it's in the way, but they're not gonna get rid of it anytime soon.
Yeah,
because of just like,
I'm just saying,
what
tone
it
it down.
does.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
The 3-song minimum thing I like,
right.
but I think they should have a system
So
where
what they swap them out every 3 songs?
well, the
Oh,
3
you gotta
songs,
leave.
then you got to leave. Yeah, but this
Unless
photo,
you got privileges.
yeah.
like that.
But what I'm saying is this photo pit section is still there.
It creates a buffer.
What they have to do is make security have the photo pit in front, and then after the 3 songs, the photographers get out, move
They
the
roll it.
security to the front, and move the audience forward too, so they
Right.
get more connected to the artist. Otherwise, they got this big ass fucking
Yeah.
lane in
Yeah,
front.
but you
of
got
them.
some venues like Highline that don't provide a photo pit. Like
Yeah.
when I can't get clearances for like my favorite artists to shoot them, I show up early like everybody else.
Yeah.
7:00, try to be the first person there,
But I normally see,
and I go on the front.
like
my
I see in
camera.
your pictures and stuff. You're normally on stage too.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. I
So
know.
that,
I know
like-
a couple people. So there's no getting rid of me, really.
That's why I say like photographers like you belong. So get on stage. You're good.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That doesn't
You,
always
Mel,
happen,
like Johnny Nunez, stuff like that. Like, get on stage, y'all good. Fuck the other people in
But we
the
just
photo pit.
know
Like,
that
fuck
they-
a photo pit. Put these dudes on stage.
It becomes a situation where they just know you're not going to do anything stupid.
Yeah.
So, because they worry about the artist's safety a lot of the times. And then your abilities, too. If you got people like, yo, no, he's official. He
Yeah.
belongs. Then they let you rock, And that's how it is.
I know. I think it should be more like that instead of photo pits and shit like that.
You know what? If they cut down the photo pits, though, right?
Yeah. It'll be better pictures.
The
It'll be better
photographers would get
experiences.
paid more.
Yeah.
Because it's about who got the shot and who has the relationships and what's exclusive.
Right,
But then that doesn't work for their press situation.
there's
because
no
now
equality.
you're cutting out the 2 dope boys, and you're cutting out the world stars and the people who send, you know what I'm saying, and that they looking at like, okay, how many hits and all that stuff. So that's, you know what I'm saying, even, and I'll take it, you could even eliminate the PR person. It's down to the label. They want that brand awareness to be front and center all the time. So they don't care. And for them, we're not paying for this. This is a service. They're doing us a favor.
Yeah.
They want to be, these people who got these blogs want to be a part of hip hop, and they want to generate their own publicity off our artists. We're going to let you come in and do whatever you want to do. So just get in on time, and we'll let you shoot. And, we'll just let the content roll like that. And that's just how it is. It's the internet does that.
Yeah.
Because when there's no internet and it's only the daily news, then there's one guy.
Yeah.
You got Joe Schmo and so who ask you for the daily news. Well, he's the only one clear because this is the only thing that matters. There's no outlets online. Now everybody has some kind of
Has
upstart that
something.
they're trying to do,
Yeah.
and they get cleared. So
I seen it in a Summer Jam. Dudes will start taking pictures with their cameras in the photo pit, then pull out their phone, take their Instagram, then keep taking pictures, pull out their phone again, take another Instagram. Like, it's just too much. Like, do you even care? I feel like you don't even care about the artist. You just trying to get
right.
fucking shots for your site or whatever.
And yeah, well, I mean, Twitter's mostly based off that. I mean, I have nothing against bloggers.
Yeah.
Or anything else.
I mean, why would you? Why
But
would
in-
anybody?
But on Twitter,
Against bloggers?
no,
Yeah.
you gotta listen though. On Twitter, you can fabricate your entire life by how many times you say something and about how you say something.
That's on any social media network: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Not
MySpace.
necessarily.
Why
Them
isn't it?
pictures do not lie, bro.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You can't.
Bullshit.
No,
exactly.
Bullshit.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Explain.
To an extent, I get what you're saying, but you could have a couple of joints that look like something, but if you start going through the feed and you really looking meticulously, everything has to really match up. You can have one or two glory moments, then be
some
like, you know
people
what?
go hard
Nope.
some people have 30K followers and have like 17 photos.
But they
Fuck that.
they
Some
bought
people's
those,
whole
though. They
Instagram
bought
is a
those, though.
liar.
They
Yeah.
bought those.
I know niggas that get
even
fresh
though if
and
they bought it,
flower.
I'm just saying. People be on there posting money that's not theirs.
All these fancy
bottles,
all these fancy meals, all these fucking
Google.
Gucci boxes and shit
how,
like that.
Sometimes I check pictures
Please.
like that. I grab the picture and I put it to Google the image finder,
Right.
and it'll pop up.
Fuck that. I know people who are on Instagram.
If you personally know them,
and
then
if
yeah.
you looked at their every picture they got, you would think they was living great. Go
Right.
out to eat with the motherfucker. They be like, oh shit, I don't get paid till next week. Bitch,
Yo,
what you just got?
But
You just
Twitter-
bought the fuck?
Twitter is a bunch of song lyrics,
Right.
poems, quotes and stuff. Anybody can make up some words or see someone retweet it, but X their name out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
But
So-
I think he's talking more on the bloggers though, like
on
the
bloggers,
big guys
bloggers
who really
steal
are
content all the time.
Twitter
They
famous.
do,
Kind of.
but people start to forget how it happened. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And, you know, I'm just using him as an example because I know him. He's a good guy and everything. But you take Low Key, for example. Right?
Yeah,
And he's a homie.
yeah.
Karen Civil. Saw her this weekend at Summer Jam. She's
Yeah.
a homie.
But
And
Karen Civil
actually,
put in
you know
her
what?
work though.
We won't even say Low Key. Because he's still grinding. He's still out here in these streets.
Yeah.
We'll say Karen. And I'm not taking aim to Karen either because she's a homie too.
Yeah, but she's out here. She worked for hers though.
She did. But what if she never got put on by Wayne? What happens?
I don't know.
Do you hear that pin drop? You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
everybody was given a shot by somebody.
But don't she work with Nipsey Hussle and all that, right? That's after the fact, though, right?
Nipsey just showed up.
Nah.
Wayne is what happened. When he said, you know what, you're going to do the digital media for me, and she was the first one with all the Young Money stuff, you had to go to her outlet to hear the new Drake, to hear the new Wayne, because she had it first.
But it's part of the grind. She had the grind to get there, you know?
Right. But now, sometimes you'll go and try to get access to some of these things. And when we see each other, we have complete conversations.
She's
But
too
I'd be
bad.
lying to tell you that,
It's my cousin.
okay. I'll be lying to tell you that I've sent an email. I don't know if it was her or whatever, and she's busy. You know, I know because sometimes I see emails and I curve them.
Yeah.
But I just either like got non-responded or whatever and couldn't get access to something.
She acting too big for her stature.
I wouldn't say she's acting too big though, because realistically, she is that big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the same way you made it, there's somebody coming behind you.
Exactly.
Leave the door cracked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was saying that today on our Twitter account. Like, rappers think they're bigger than what they actually are. And sometimes when they get in, like the incident with Slow Bucks just now,
Whipped his ass.
Slow Buck's a rapper though.
it doesn't matter. He thought he was
in
bigger
the
than
yeah.
who he is.
No, man.
No,
If
he's
Slow,
telling
if Slow
you,
Buck's
man.
a rapper, I'm gonna tell you from the inside.
He's not.
He's
right.
not a rapper.
He's not.
Everybody that I know was like, well, what does he actually do?
Exactly.
And no one could answer their own question.
Doesn't he make?
But,
He
yeah,
started making
does-
T-shirts, right?
He does the T-shirts. He has a lot of rapper friends. A lot.
That's
of
why
rapper
the friends get him to that
Does it?
position.
Well, I don't know
and
who
then
the
he
fuck
thinks
is
he's
buying that
bigger than
t-shirt.
what he is.
But you have to actually
And then shit like
have
that
a
happens.
talent though.
He might
Yeah.
be.
It's
he
like
might
the
be a
chicks
fucking
on
yes,
Instagram
promoter.
that you know you went to school with and
Yes.
they bad as shit. And before you
They
know
got
it,
a job as starlets, and now
and then
they
you see
got
for bookings,
no
email
bad
such and
bitches,
such.
yeah.
Right,
But
right.
she doesn't have an actual talent. She's out here
There's no
waiting
talent.
for somebody to smash, skeet, so she can go to Mona Scott and get a show. And that is the formula.
Okay.
You know
To
what I'm saying?
baby mother.
Oh, you took this is you?
This is work. I'm just looking through his stuff and stuff.
Wait. How you know my baby mother though?
He got connects. He's
All right, let's
how
start-
they
let's-
know? How
all
does his baby
Look.
mother know Pete?
All right,
You know what I'm saying?
let's go back to the
Let
let's
me
go
text
back
her
to
right
the
now. Hey,
beginning,
bitch,
Pete.
you taking pictures?
Let's go back to the beginning with this, Pete, before we take a break real quick. How did you first pick up a camera? Like, why did you first pick up this camera?
No.
Go ahead.
Because I asked Mel the same question.
Right.
What was the first camera you've used? Like what? Because Mel,
My very first camera that I could remember was Hewlett Packard Photo Smart 219C. I was working at Staples when I was 19 and I stole that shit.
Nope.
I ain't gonna lie.
oh shit!
They
All
wasn't.
right,
They,
cool.
didn't, they didn't give me a raise like twice, and somebody left
Did
the
you
case
quit?
open. You know what? It was crazy. It was so wild. Like I'm working there, and while I'm there, somebody stole something from me out of my bag. And I know it was the manager.
You don't gotta explain why you stole that shit.
No,
Fuck
I'm
that
not. No,
shit.
I
You
definitely
stole
took, no, I took
camera.
that shit. But then
Yeah,
it
own
was
that
like,
shit.
Right, but then somebody,
fuck
the
out that
dude stole
camera.
something from me after I started working there, and then we found out that it was the manager that did it of the
bitch-ass
section that
nigga.
I worked in. But he stole it, and it was a gift from somebody. It was like one of those first PDAs, the color joint, like Compact used to do them.
Okay.
And it was like $600, and he stole it out of my backpack. Now I was stupid for leaving it in there, but once I found out I was him, he was the manager of the section.
Yeah.
I had my boys coming in. I was just popping the case and just leaving it open. He got fired. I was letting them take the whole store. I was like, okay, you gonna steal some of mine?
Shit, I wish I knew you then. I'd have came through.
You watch what happens. I mean, but
All
you know,
this shit gotta go.
All this shit.
you talking
Everything.
how many years ago? That was like 15 years ago.
Shit.
And
15.
yeah.
Damn, how old are you?
Yeah, like
I'll be 34 in a couple weeks. See?
nigga look like he 21.
It's all on the same level here.
That's good.
You using juices for life?
Nah.
So that's Herbalife.
You gotta eat
Herbalife.
box, bro. You gotta eat box. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
That's the secret. That's the secret right there.
Fuck that.
That was my first camera. I knew I was fascinated with it from a young
Damn,
age.
so
but
you
I
and
didn't think it
Mel
would
around
be-
the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, y'all have similar
We
stories
might be
in
the
a
same age.
sense.
But
So
if you
what-
look at who we run with, though, like he's tight with the Roots and
the
all
Roots
of
and
those.
Common and all of that
yeah,
stuff.
I spent my 21st birthday with the Roots in the Hamptons.
That's nice.
So like, I know
You
the
in the
whole
same circles.
backstory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what event made you want to like become the basically Photo Pete?
Event in my life. Or
Like, well,
event-
like what like I don't know. Was there a picture that you took and you're like, oh, I could do this forever? Or,
Well, my first, when I realized I was like, all right, you know what, this might be right. I'm a big Joe Budden fan, especially
Okay.
like Moon Music Joe.
yeah.
Like I fuck with Joe.
I played kickball with Joe before.
Yeah. Oh, you went to? Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to Jersey and play kickball with him, but he's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And I was at the time working for one of the party promotion sites because they was just paying cash. And I was just trying to get out there in the street. So, you know, you just use whatever outlets
Yeah.
so you could get to know people, whatever. So I went there, meet his manager, and then I like, you know, exchange information, and she clears me to come in and shoot.
Okay.
So I'm shooting them at SOBs for one of the Moon Music shows, and I like the way my stuff came out. Now, mind you, I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go to school. I mean, if I went to photography school, like it would probably be flagrant what I would learn. I probably wouldn't learn that much, but they would probably give me like some little key things that I would be like, oh,
Yeah.
But like everything was self-taught. But a lot of what I shot, and I came out feeling like, you know what, I could do this. And I had eyes, and I was like, okay, I'm able to give back to a culture that helped me
Yeah.
when I was younger, and I like it here. And then the next thing after that, I did something on Governor's Island for Power 105.
Okay. But how did you get that? How that was just like a segue?
I got
through
into
Joe?
that. No, well, the Joe thing, I was still working for the party promotion site.
Okay.
And they had some deal to get shooters at the show. And the promoter who was running it at the time, let me see, what is this dude's name? I don't even like him. I thought about slapping this guy a couple times. Damn.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but-
he's a known promoter. He's a Jewish
Okay.
guy, and I'm not. His race has nothing to do with like his. I would say his religion has nothing to do with it. But
Okay.
I mean, if you see him, you could tell. His name is Adam,
Okay.
and everyone knows who he is. Adam from like BB King's, and he's like at all the venues and all that
I
stuff.
think okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
Adam cleared people to shoot, and they were thinking that they were gonna get exclusive and get me backstage, and he deaded it and gave me a pit pass.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in the pit shooting, and that was like the second event. And that was the day that Johnny Nunez noticed me.
Yeah.
And I remember they were leaving me in the pit, and I didn't want to be in the pit. It started pouring down rain. I didn't want to get my camera wet. So, of course, you know, I snuck on stage because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did whatever I had to do to get through there, and I'm in the back. There's like free Ciroc, and I'm like, what the hell? Why wasn't I back here in the beginning? And then I make my way to the stage, just hide out on the stage, just perch over there. And then me and Johnny ended up, you know, clicking and just talking about stuff. But that right then and there, I was like, okay. Yeah, I
This
can
is
do
what
this.
I'm gonna do.
And I'm realizing, like, right at that point, even like I look back at those photos sometimes, and some of my misses, but I was nice, like right then and there. And I wasn't even like, I was like, yo, this is pretty good for somebody who was like probably on their second show. And it was a major show.
Yeah.
Because J. Cole was just coming out. He hadn't dropped his album. So I was getting all these early pictures of people, but I didn't really understand my technique. But now it's like, most of Summer Jam, I tell you what, I work.
Yeah.
But when they come out, I get my pictures within the first 90 seconds. The rest of the time, I'm dancing and drinking water and just hanging out. So,
That's what's up.
yeah.
That's good that you like you feel so confident about your photos and all that stuff from the jump, and not having to wait for someone else's opinion. Because Mel, I gotta go back to him because he was our first like big photographer.
that-
Well, yeah,
You
no,
always
yeah, he's
revert
the
to him.
homie. He's the homie. Like you know what? We critique each other. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's like ball. You know what I'm
it's-
saying? You be out there and be like, yo, you know, Durant's getting busy, but in the same sense, you might be Kevin Garnett, and
Yeah.
you looking at you know,
your style is very different.
But it's like,
yeah.
but in the photography game, I think as a photographer, you gotta have that attitude as far as my shit is the best. Because if you're not, then because everyone's at the same. Imagine you think it's about Summer Jam. How many like hired photographers are there? There's hundreds.
The team,
not a lot
no,
of
the team
hired,
that High 97 staffs, and I'm a part of that. They get like the best people out.
Yeah.
Right,
Like-
but I'm saying like as far as the crowd,
Like
too,
all of my goons was there.
everyone's taking pictures with their phones.
Right.
People bring their own cameras, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like they could sell their pictures to someone. You know what I'm saying? But for you to for you to have that confidence is a good thing.
I
I'm
just
saying.
know when I got my shots. You know what I'm saying? I won't be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I've actually shot shows and be like, you know what? I might have put up a brick today. And it happened not so, and I felt like I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting too comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been putting up 30 a night with 15 assists all the time. Then, you know, after the show, I looked through my stuff and was like, yeah, you wildin', son. Like, don't lose that fire. And then it goes back to that. So I just know what works and what's gonna win.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I won't be like, yo, this is the best ever. But, you know, Summer Jam, I take 2,500 pictures every year, Summer Jam. Anywhere between 2,500 and 3,000. And out of that, 10% is what I draw out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you could look through all of them and be like, yo, these are so great. But I know the ones like, no, this is great. There's something wrong with this, because we see stuff that people don't even know is there. They be like, "Yo, this joint is high." I be like, "No, there's something wrong."
But
with
how
it in the
like
corner."
how are you? Is this like a
You like burst? Are you burst?
burst
more burst
shooting?
shooter? Or you just
No, I burst.
Yeah, I'm about
I'm
to say, 'cause
15
that-
frames
You
a
gotta-
second,
you
so
gotta
it's like
burst.
it's ratchets out like immediately. Like one push, I'm getting exactly what I need. But it's a lot of patience and waiting and framing the shot. Like one of the pictures I put up of Meek Mill this morning on my Instagram, like I really backed up and got a wide shot, and he's under these yellow lights, and it looks like yellow beams just like dropping like over his head.
Yeah.
So like if you could pull that up, you could probably see it on the side there.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm
That's not
looking
him.
right now.
Yeah.
Because you just earned
This
yourself a
one
follower.
Right there. Right. Now, if you see, I had to back up for that, and I'm usually the tallest person in the pit majority of the time.
which
So,
is an advantage.
total advantage, because there's pictures of Chris Brown and people were like, "Were you about to grab him?" And I'm like, "No, I can't even tell you I took that shot." And it's really because I'm super tall. You know, when I extend my arm up, I'm probably about, I would say,
How tall are
8
you
feet.
right now?
I'm 6'3", just standing. When my arm is extended, it's easily, well, yeah, you figure to add 2 feet, I'm like 8'3". So like I really have an opportunity to get up on them.
Who the
But
fuck is this?
That's Action Bronson.
yeah, it's Action Bronson.
I gotta get up on it because I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
out the
dude.
loop.
That's the white dude that be body slamming and suplexing niggas off the stage when they
He's
come
out the
up there.
loop.
Yeah.
So you got with these portraits now.
Mhm.
How did you get into the portrait photography, like all this intimate photography?
Well, I just wanted something that would more. Here's my job, and I figured out what it was some years ago. Somewhere in that arena at Summer Jam, some kid either took his graduation money, right, or he sold a pair of Jordans, and he paid $200 for that ticket to get that close.
yeah, I mean
And
it's more than
he's seen-
200 though.
Yeah, or whatever, or 400, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
And he's witnessing a major hip hop event for the first time.
Yeah.
My job is to interpret that the same way he saw it the next day. This is how the fans see it. And this is how I saw it.
For the people that can't go.
All of us.
Like myself.
Yeah. We're just bridges to something bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my job is to take whatever I'm shooting, the culture, and just push it further. Because we have responsibility that people, when they see the images, they can either be inspired by it and want to do what I'm doing, or be like, yo, this is so dope. You know how many people like take the photos and don't know where they came from, and it'll be the screensaver on their computer for whatever reason.
Right.
I get followers all the time that'll be like, I put up something to 7th Streeter, and then I forget the name of the account. Oh, Crazy for 7. Liked one of the photos, and I went to the account just to see what it's about, because I always, if I can catch it, I take a peek and see what it is. And it's a fan page that some girl made that 7 probably doesn't even know about, where she's just really about 7th Streeter, and because people identify with the music. I had this conversation with Kanye about identifying the music and how it reaches people, because their art is just the same. As much as I like get free albums and all that stuff, when I support the artist and I'm really into them, even if I get it early because I don't want to wait, when that joint comes out on iTunes at 12 on 1,
buying it.
I'm buying the album because I connect with them like that. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes if you do music and I produce something, you produce something, you like, you know what? I'm producing something for the people, whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be fashion.
Yes.
You got to give back. I get albums for free. I'll be like, yeah, I slept on this, and be like, yo, this joint is dope. 10 cash, I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying? And they get a winner. Like me and it's a crazy thing. I'm really cool with Sky Zoo now. Okay. And at the time in 2009, I was having my defining moment in my life, which is what allowed me to, not even allow me, what made me pick up the camera to begin with. I'm getting laid off from my job.
Okay.
But
you stole the camera?
No, the first that was years prior.
Okay.
But I'm getting laid off from my job, my regular job, 9 to 5, and I'm listening to Sky Zoo's album. Okay. And I think it was For What It's Worth, a track called For What It's Worth. While I'm drawing a blank on the album right now, Sky, don't fault me. But I identified with the lyrics and what he was saying, because I'm losing my job at that day. I'm listening to the song on the way home, and I remember just playing the album throughout the entire week and throughout that period, because everybody listens to music, and you might hear an R&B song and be like, I remember this, I was smashing honey that day, or like, I remember we was listening to this, and this dude like ended up getting arrested. Like, and we all, especially in our culture, identify ourselves with a moment, by it be a song or a movie or some piece of media. Yeah. So now I'm a part of that. Sky Zoo's a friend of mine. And I remember I bought a couple of his albums, and a couple of them I got for free, but I always gave his money back. And how did I do that? I went to the shows and supported and paid, and now he's my man. And I could tell him like, yo, I definitely like jacked a couple of your albums like one time. I was like, but you never knew. And when we started talking about it, he was like, yo, that's really crazy. I never knew you went. I was like, yo, the music, what you do is a product, and people connect with it. Yeah. And if people connect to my photos and they be like, yo, this is really dope, and I see the comment, I always try to say thank you and be like, yo, you know what, thanks a lot, I really appreciate it. I'm giving this to y'all. I mean, because if you go into it and be like, yo, I'm about to do this, I'll make a bunch of money, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, because the money's gonna come anyway, regardless.
Anyway. If you put out the content and it's really good content, you're gonna get paid for it eventually. Right. So you're just about if you really love what you're doing or not. Mm-hmm. I always believe in that.
What else we got?
Cram.
Don't give me a low here.
We'll take a break, man.
You gonna take a break?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with some more of Pete. I got a couple more questions.
There's so much drama going on today. Funk Flex.
Oh yeah, I was listening to
him. He told me when he came in.
I was listening to him on the way in.
Yeah.
Brooklyn stabbings. We got to talk about it.
Brooklyn stabbings.
That's the news for today, and that's all I got, and it's hot.
All right. Well, I got another like 3-4 questions for Pete, and then we'll go into the news.
Yeah.
You gonna stick around?
Yeah. Okay, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Let's take a break real quick.
For being on some chill shit. 100, nigga, real quick. My actions been louder than my words, nigga. How you so?
On my blade, cross a nigga ass real quick. I'm so for real, I'm on some real nigga shit. You playing, boy, I get your hit real quick. You better hope the paramedics come real got me quick. Fucked up, you think it's different now a nigga rich. Before I get to cutting, know you niggas better cut the shit. Boy, you gon' have me have op, pull a trigger for me. Yeah, my little niggas trigger op like it's legal, homie. No gang when I bang, boy, I empty the clip. You run like a bitch, you ain't bout that shit. Hey. I'll catch you another day. It's the unit, bitch.
There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. I feel it, though I do not see it.
Arrive in style, don't trip off no small things. You a big king. vibing style. Don't trip off no small things. You a big king. Look at them dreams. From a big king. Like God and Jesus. To Casanova and Caesar. Man, they trying to reach us. Man, they trying to deceive us. When they know they can't cheat us. When they know they want to be us. But I know they trying to G us. Make us some false believers. First thing first to fuck with me. You gotta get your speech up if you a second row seater. My nigga, please get your seat up. I be the king of the lost. Gotta wait, she roll my boat. That nigga got sent overboard. I wanna know if God's being raised. None of y'all niggas overlord. I wanna know if God's being raised. Y'all niggas know the overlord. I wanna know if God's being raised. Them breaks you said we got days. They confused like the magazine.
Bombo clot, ras clot, blood clot, every kind of clot you can think. And I say, what you say,
Are we back? It's The Formalities, theformalities.com. Make sure to follow us on iTunes.
Subscribe, rate,
Comment
comment,
on Stitcher, iTunes, all
we
that good
on
stuff.
everything. Just Google us.
If you listen to this on SoundCloud, thank you very much. But follow us on iTunes. Just wanted to be polite. Oh, I also just want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in, who came to the live event. It was 2 weeks ago, right?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. We very much appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to see anybody on the show, let me know.
Email us. info@theformalities.com.
You could tell us anything, and we'll try to set it up. We'll try to get it together. We got some connections. We can try to find a way to get this.
Got any animal acts? Bring them on.
Oh man.
I want to do another live event like next month.
I was hoping we could do at least one every month.
Well, we got a traveling one. We're gonna go to Boston soon. I'm gonna let the audience know that too. We're going to Boston soon, so we're gonna do a joint in Boston.
Okay.
All right. So get ready for that one.
Okay.
All right. We back with Pete.
Yes, we are.
Pete, good music.
Yeah.
What was?
How'd
How
that
did
happen?
you get this connection? What the fuck is this about?
All right. So, about a year into shooting, I'm a part of the culture, so I'm listening and I'm consuming what's out there. Very much so, my ear to the street a lot of times is my nephew, who's now 21.
Okay.
So we'll talk. I'll be like, yo, who they listening to now? Because sometimes I just get caught up and listen to Nas. Or I'll get caught up into the Purple Tape for a little while and then be like, you know what? I got to put my ear to the street.
Yeah.
I hit the blogs and I'll see what's out there. But I'll be like, yo, who are they
Who's
banging
really
right
out
now?
here? The blogs, like, okay, we do a mix every week.
Mm-hmm.
I normally go on the blogs. I pick out the tracks that are on there. I normally play the newest shit off the blogs or off whatever. EDM, music, all that shit. I pick what I like, and I know I like it because I'm going to keep listening to that shit.
Yeah.
But this shit on the blogs constantly. I skip them shits over. I throw them shits out. Like, I'll hear everything. I hear everything that's coming out.
Right.
But a lot of shit is not even
It's
worthy.
not even noiseworthy.
Not
right.
even worthy.
So I stumbled upon Sean, and it was, remember when he did the first video, it was heavy on the BBC. It was a song with Kanye.
Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay.
The first video he had.
In the Babe store?
Yeah, the one he did in the BBC store.
Okay.
Right.
BBC. No, it's Babe store. He did both.
I think he did it in both. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're down the block from each other. So he filmed it there. And that's why I was like, okay, this kid deserves a listen. So I download the Finally Famous mixtape series, and I'm like, yo, I really bang with son. Like, he could spit.
That was back before blogs was really, really out.
Yeah, now it's like, if you're not on the blogs, you don't matter. If Karen didn't mention you, if Low Key didn't mention you, you're nobody out here. Yeah. And I hear that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That is the ear to the street now. The DJs have like there's no such thing as an A&R. Because the A&R used to tell you what to play and how to play it. Now that everybody's got an independent deal, that doesn't matter. So I find my way to Sean through that. Liking his music, I realized he's coming to New York for his first show. I'm going to attend as a fan.
Okay.
Now, one of my peoples, who will remain nameless, happens to work for Def Jam, and I was like, yo, you need to let me rock. Put me down. She was working the list and all that stuff. And I said, yeah, just put me down. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to murder this. I was like, so I get in, I get my access, I do what I need to do. I'm shooting the whole thing. It was the Hot 97 Who's Next.
Yeah.
And it was his first major show. So he comes in, and when I mean pack house, SOBs was wall to. It was dumb hot in there. Super inferno hot.
Crazy.
So he comes out. The people are going crazy. The chicks are going crazy. I've never seen this many girls in there for like this young dude. So I'm up there and I'm shooting it, and I just start ripping it up, literally ripping it up. And I was like looking into the camera, but at the same time I'm hyped because I know the songs off the mixtape.
Yeah.
So I'm rhyming like I'm the hype man with the camera in my hand. So I'm like, yo, I was way too connected to it. So the next day I sent the images to her, and she's working with like his marketing and the product managers, and she's like, these are crazy. She sends them, and they make it all the way up the chain to like Steve Bartles, who's like the operating officer. Now remind you, at the time Def Jam was in a lull, so they're looking for like the new it thing.
Yeah.
And plus Kanye had like put his blessings on him, so they want the new prodigal son, something that's going to get Def Jam rolling.
Yeah.
So the pictures make it all over the label. And from then, I started to make relationships with them because, they're trying to build their steam. So any relevant appearance that he had in New York, with images that were going out, I shot them.
Yeah.
And from then, it allowed me to just position myself. I was always on deck for anything that was going on. They trusted me. They knew I wasn't going to do anything stupid. I wasn't going to misrepresent him, his brand. And then, I started a really, really good relationship with his management, like his day-to-day manager.
Yeah.
And everything just worked out. Next thing you know, they're filming the Marvin Gaye Chardonnay, and I'm there doing like BTS. And at some point during the day, there's Ace of Spade, Rosé,
Okay.
bottles of Grey Goose, and
Ace
red
of
cups.
Spade is delicious.
And I'm standing next to Kanye listening to Watch the Throne before they had the media listening.
Wow. I went to that at the museum.
It was before that.
I
The
went to
media
the one
listening
in
that they had
museum.
at the Mercer when they were inviting people to the Mercer to listen to it, because they recorded like most of it there.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just on deck and I'm listening. I'm hear tracks. I hear Ye, then I hear Jay-Z come on, and I'm like, wait a minute. Am I listening to what I'm listening to right now? So then No Church in a While comes on, and I'm standing there knocking my head, not even realizing that Kanye's standing next to me. And I'm like, yo, this is genius. And then he looks over and was like, puts his hand out. I was like, thanks, man. And I'm like, oh, hey. Inside, I'm screaming inside like, oh, my God, it's Kanye. But at that point, I'm like, you know what? Cool as a fan. I had been there all day. They knew that I wasn't there to do anything stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I just made sure I captured the culture. I got like some classic images of Hype, of Kevin Lyles and Kanye, and just like the whole working of everything that was there. And it just took off from there. I just became like a trusted guy that they didn't have to regulate to put the clamps on. Whenever I needed what I needed to get, I just write an email and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I need this and that. Like when he was doing his shows in Atlantic City, it was closed to every photographer. They only had one guy there. This one Getty guy named Kevin Mazur.
Okay.
And nobody else was allowed to shoot. But an executive decision was made by Good Music that I'm good. I'm straight. So I can be there. So it's me and one other guy that had like got the images from like Atlantic City. So it worked out.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And so, you know, you gotta maintain your integrity out here. You know what I'm saying? Just being around. Like I see stuff backstage just kicking it where I just like, oh, I didn't see that, turn a blind eye, or I know when to lower the camera or put the camera on my shoulder because I don't even want them to think that I'm shooting that. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of people get kicked out for dumb shit like that.
Well, you know what? It's because everybody's trying to make a name for themselves. Somebody wants their TMZ moment. Like, you know, I hate to put Son on blast because I'm not even going to mention his name. But y'all remember when the Washington listening in the museum, Homeboy was like in the circle
trying to record the shit,
and he did record it, but they don't tell you the backstory. He walked in with John Maneely and Jay-Z, like they were gonna put him on as like the Karen situation, where he was gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
and he torched the bridge that night.
That's crazy.
Trying to be hot.
Hey Jay, if you're gonna listen to this, you could put me on like Karen. I don't give a fuck.
But it's like, you know, you gotta really just operate, you know, with the utmost integrity.
When you get into situations like that, you gotta just like pick your battles, stay quiet, talk to whoever you could talk to.
Right.
Don't be loud. Don't be
just
that.
Be that
fucking
fly
dude.
on the wall. Just chill.
Yeah,
like.
basically.
You know, that's where the name of my images comes from. Part of it.
From being a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's
Because
about being
somehow
fly,
you stumbled into that.
living a fly life, and you know, it's fly life images because my job is to, pardon my French, shut the fuck up and just cool. Now, mind you, my appearance, I'm 6'3" and black, so you're not gonna miss me.
Yeah,
but I don't need to be in the middle of every conversation, all that stuff. And plus, you get better moments where you just shut the fuck up.
I think everybody should know this because I definitely, I've known nobody in the game, and I've met a lot of people by just shutting the fuck up and walking in situations and just saying hello.
When you
and being nice,
chill out and just belong and just be easy.
Play it cool.
Act like you belong.
Act like you belong.
Yo,
act like you belong.
That's how he getting all the fucking concerts.
Kanye didn't even know I was about to cry that day because I was like, and then we got into the conversation.
I don't even want to tell my Kanye story.
No, but we talked, and then after we talked about the music, I said, "Yo, hey, not to be weird, but I just wanted to thank you for all of the contributions because the way you did your thing is the same way I'm doing mine." I never
had a conversation with Kanye. I met Kanye and Jay-Z on different times, but like those stories, like I'm tell you right now, I didn't cry in front of them, but I walked away and I did my thing, put myself together, and came back.
Yeah,
you cried?
You cried like boo boo?
No, but he was like, yo.
like I drop a tear.
You was like, did that just happen?
Yeah, like you can't. Like I met Jay-Z, I wasn't expecting to.
The only person I
didn't know he was coming. He was there, and it just happened.
Mike Jack. The only person I would cry for, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
I don't know, man.
I would ball.
You know why? Because
Jay-Z walks in this room right now with some bottles. When I was on Ace too.
Yo,
every
listen,
time I met Kanye,
not
I was
crying.
on Ace of Spade. I met Jay-Z, I was on Ace of Spade. Because every time they're there around, that's out there for some reason. And Ace of Spade, if you ever cramp,
I've never had it.
I'm gonna give it to you on your birthday. I
Oh,
swear
I
to
ain't
God. I swear to God.
Got a full year.
It'll fuck you up on the low.
But hold
like
on,
you don't
though.
even know. It creeps
If
up.
Jay, Kanye, Nas, everybody walked through that door, I'm not gonna cry. Now I can tell you this:
they won't.
My smile is gonna be stone. It's gonna be stuck. Like I'm gonna just be constantly grinning.
Yo.
I'll probably fuck around and make them so uncomfortable they'll leave. I'll be staring. I ain't gonna cry though. But Michael Jackson come. He can peek his head and hey, I'm a fucking. I'm gonna go crazy. I lose my mind. I swear.
You're crazy.
When I was met Spike Lee, that shit fucked me up for the whole day. I like ran into him walking down like 34th Street, and I was looking at his sneakers. I was like, "Oh, those are dope." And then I looked up at like,
So you
followed
never
him
cried
up,
for an artist piece?
saw his jersey, and it said 40 acres in the view on the back, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I walked up, and I was like, "Spike," and he turned. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was just so startled. Yeah, he was by himself.
He
walking,
startled you. He was like, "Oh, it's really you."
I was like, Spike. That nigga looked back and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "What up?" He said, "What's up?" and kept it moving. I was like, "Wait," I was following him a little bit. I was like, "I want to go with him." Yeah. I love Crooklyn.
You're crazy.
It didn't work.
You're crazy.
I was hyped.
You will cry for anybody, Pete?
Nah. I mean, listen. When I was having a conversation with him, and because I was there, he knew I belonged because I was already trusted and all that stuff. I just played it cool. But it was, we talked about music for about 5 to 7 minutes before, and that lasts like an hour because we both sipping our drink and we're just standing.
I didn't even talk to him, and I was about to cry. I dropped a tear too,
and he remembers.
I didn't even talk. I just gave him.
But he remembers though.
It was
when I was at the Pusher listening and I'm there and I'm like hanging with them, and mind you, the Pusher listening was like a zoo. I didn't even bring my camera out of my bag. I was
Is that when he went on that rant?
It wasn't so much as a rant.
It was a rant.
It's like, listen, people will say that, but the same way that he carries himself, you know where he got that from? Who was Flex talking about?
Dame Dash.
He gets behind his people. Yo, my man is this and my, because you have to do that. And when he was talking about all of the stuff, everybody is, and I take this from Joe Budden. Rap is like wrestling. Mm-hmm. As much as these dudes back, they don't like each other, they're fans of each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye likes Drake's music just like Drake is a Kanye stan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z will get on a track with Drake and talk about him on the song, and then they're jabbing each other back and forth. But Jay-Z knows, and this is no disrespect to him, but the demo is changing, and he knows he's in his 40s, and you need these young dudes to stay relevant. So if it was just all about Jay-Z, he would never do songs.
Jay-Z's whole flow is different now.
Yeah,
yes,
completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell. First of all, Jay-Z's not getting on a record with somebody he don't fuck with.
Right.
As far as music,
right.
If he gets on a record with you, that means he likes your music.
Exactly.
So
Now I don't think him and Drake gonna do music again after it's like it.
Think so? I think so.
Nah, probably not. And then Jay-Z's an opportunist if you think about it.
Okay.
Let me jump on this Drake.
He is.
Yeah, come on.
Why not?
Keep me relevant. I'm getting old. I'm touching 50.
Yeah, but you know what? He's doing something that people don't even realize he's about to pull off. It's not frowned upon in the rock community for the Rolling Stones to jump up there and be 70 and perform their old songs. He is trying to cross that mold where he can be in his 50s and still do his records.
Well, he
and
can.
nobody says anything.
Right.
Yep.
And it's, Run DMC now, when they came out at Made in America, that wasn't frowned upon because you know what? This is dope. So there's new life for everybody. You don't have to be washed up. You could come out and do your classics. What I want to see from Mary J. Blige, and this is totally off topic of photography, so get your next question ready right after I'm done, is I want to see her do her classic tunes with a jazz band. Because I feel like she's alienated her fan base. Yeah. She came out and she's doing these songs and remember she had the feature with Drake and all that. But guess who runs R&B right now? Rihanna and Beyonce. They're not checking for you, Mary. And the people who will down with you on What's the 411, they're like, what are these records you're making? Yeah. They want you to go back to that. Do you know how much she would pack house if she did the Barclays and said she's going to do What's the 411 and all of her old joints with a live band
I'm in that.
The
bitch.
demographic of the people that were listening to her are like my older sister, who's 41. They have good jobs. They'll pay that $200 to see her do those songs and bring out Jodeci and all those people.
Leave Jodeci
You know what I'm
backstage.
saying? Well, I'm just saying. But you talk about bringing out Diddy and reliving an era of music when Biggie was out and the R&B was gritty and she was the queen. But she cannot make these records with these Alicia Keys. And even Alicia Keys, she sees the demographic changing.
I haven't even heard anything.
Right.
But
now, she'll be back.
But her last album, her last brick. Wow. Her last album,
was a brick,
that was a slip. They were saying it was a brick. The album was great.
It was a brick, man.
But why? Because the demographic is listening to Rihanna.
Man, too many slow. It's too slow. That's not. Yeah, I mean, she needs to go back to the
Swiss
songs
Beats
in A
her
minor
album
joint.
that's coming out right now is about to be.
Well, we're gonna see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna see. But the demographic is changing, the music is changing. Funk Flex talking about that today. He embraced it. He was losing it. He said he could still say he's hot on the streets now because now he is. He understands there's a digital game behind it, and you have to do that thing. Yeah. What's your next question, Go?
So you talking about change? I'm gonna just segue it that way. You talking about change? Instagram.
Yep.
Photo pictures. I'm actually the same question I asked Mel the last question. Why you think photography is important?
Why do I think photography in general is important, or those platforms?
It's important today.
In general,
That's
a big question.
Again, it's an extension of the story, right? Like what I was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? My job is to tell a story visually. Like people ask me, "Yo, you do video?" And you know what? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Lately, I have been doing video, but I've been thinking of things on a filmmaking, or film shorts. I'm not doing a music video because the shelf life on that is very low. They got a Vivo channel. They monetize all this stuff. Yes, the ads see it. How many times are you gonna watch a video? Yeah. Maybe 5 times.
Depending on if you got some big booty hoes in it.
Right. Listen, we've watched the Pee Poppin' video and the Tip Drill video. Those are epic, legendary videos.
Nah, man. We got a video on the site by Gold Link. His video was nothing but ass popping. Look on the site.
I think photography and music is something that's always going to be around, even if it changes.
You need it.
Like even the way we take pictures changes, but it's something that's not going to go away. People are always even if the way we take pictures is different. If they come out with a new gadget, because now people don't really take pictures with a camera. They use their phone. Right. But people are always going to want to take a picture of something.
I'll put it to you like
music.
This.
People are always going to want to listen to music. Photos are timeless.
Right. You're going to walk past that photo hanging up in your house every day and get a different emotion. But when you watch that video, you're going to watch it 2 or 3 times and that's it. Then you're not really going to see them. Oh, do you see the video? Yeah, I saw that joint.
I could watch the Gold Link video all day, though.
And that's cool. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain stuff that resonates, but how often does that happen? You know what I'm saying? People look at pictures every day. And like I said, these wallpapers of things that I would say that I made.
Is that the video that's on the site?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
And it works.
Just search Gold Link. So, but you don't think it I'm showing them the Gold Link video. If you want to check it out, just search Gold Link on theformalities.com and you can check out
Good Boy Media. I know those guys. I've seen that before. Keep going.
But yeah, so with the Instagram and all that, you don't think that photography is going to go away anytime soon?
No, you can't get rid of it.
Everybody's
what
just
it does is
just going to take pictures via phone and not DSLR and things like that.
Pictures tell a story though.
Listen,
a lot of people.
You could take a photo with a phone. That's fine.
That looks gross.
The resolution is not high enough for people to do prints with it.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Well, not yet.
Not yet. And yeah, you could say it, but it's becoming a situation where,
He's getting distracted from all the ass.
The big booty holes.
It becomes a situation where not everybody could do it and they think that they can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was that much of an impact, there is no me. I'm not sitting here with you. Mm-hmm. You're not talking to Mel. You're not talking to any of the people in the culture that are doing that. You know what I'm saying? You got a Respect magazine, which is built on hip hop photos and then the music because those pictures mean that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's.
I just wanted you to make your point out.
Yeah.
You know? Let the world know.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta go to. You wanna listen to some submissions? Are you?
Let me think about this.
Well, let's shoot to the
because
let's shoot to the news real quick.
I did have to be somewhere. Let me send a text message real quick and see when. I
Well, while he's doing that, let's talk about this news.
yeah. I'd like to touch on the news anyway. I like to talk about.
Hit me with the shit.
About news?
Hit it, newsman. She caught a coin in her ass. Did you see that?
No, I've been.
That is not the news.
First
man.
of all, that
Come on.
looks fucking gross.
Look, watch her catch the coins in her ass. Watch.
Oh my god.
She caught 2.
If it wasn't in slow motion, it would look better.
But yo, in news today.
Once again,
Newsman. So earlier this week, there was some tragic. It was fucking outrageous. Like the most crazy random stabbings in New York. I would say.
What do you mean?
Because recently, earlier this week,
Yeah.
2 young kids, 6 and 7, a little boy and a little girl, were stabbed in the elevator
For what?
for no reason. Just some random bum homeless guy with a crazy rap sheet, a very violent past, stabs these 2 young little kids in the elevator. The little boy Prince, his name is.
Mm-hmm. Cram. You have to focus on news.
I'm fucking telling you, the little boy, the little guy name is
Pete?
Prince. He was 6. He was the youngest. So he was 6 years old. He didn't make it. He was pronounced dead at the hospital, and the little girl, she crawled out and she was able to identify and
that's
tell the
crazy.
police. So later on, they found this guy close to the scene, like a couple of days, just last night I think, urinating in the fucking bush.
Wow.
Right.
They pulled his ass.
So he just went around stabbing kids and
right. So when they pulled him in, they questioned him. He has a rap sheet. He's a stabber. He's a fucking serial stabber. He got pulled in years ago from stabbing his mom.
Okay.
Wow.
But his mom wasn't cooperating, so they dropped the whole case. But he's a fucking bum. But the hook is these are little kids, innocent children. Why?
The hook is watch your fucking kids.
Yeah, and they were going to get ice cream.
How many times have you been like on a train or just anywhere and how many times have you seen a little kid and you like, well, they a little too young to be by themselves. I see that all the time.
Who baby is this?
Right. I see that all the time. I see little kids outside. I mean, I just remember at one point when I was young, like my mom, of course, they would let you go outside to play with your friends by yourself, but there were some boundaries. Don't you cross this, don't go past this street, da-da-da-da. You stay in the front of the house, not in the back, whatever. And I see kids on the train by themselves. I remember one time it was like this little ass boy. He was lost on the train. And he was like, I think he was just looking around. I was like, you need help? He was like, yeah, I'm trying to get such and such. I'm like, why are you on the train by yourself? And I see,
it's definitely like
you have nothing against anybody who lives in the hood or the projects, but you know where you live. Yeah. You know where you live. You know it's all types of fucking weirdos, drug addicts, pedophiles around here.
The parents are getting younger and younger.
So they don't know. Just like the little boy in Brownsville that got rolled up in like the little garage thing. He was outside, like 5 years old, outside by himself. His mother's inside. He was like the little parking garage. They had like the door. And he was playing with, I don't know how, but he got rolled up. His head got caught in it and everything. Almost
decapitated.
Yeah.
Damn.
He died.
They got pulled up into the motherfucking garage?
Like, from what I heard about that story, they were like, oh, well, the building is full of family and they shouldn't be allowing that. You know what I'm saying? Because let's just say he doesn't even come into the building and that doesn't happen, but the elevator door opens and the elevator's not there. Now they go down the shaft.
That's what I'm saying.
He was known in the community. He walked around and knocked on neighbors' doors and asking them for food and whatnot.
Right.
But the backstory, they're telling me about, as far as the history of that building, the city had got together on the news. It said $500,000 to install surveillance cameras and all that stuff. They never did it. And they never did it.
See, that's the thing. They've been talking about that for a while, though.
My girl lives in Harlem. The city is fucked up as far as getting people shit fixed in their apartments. And
they don't give a fuck.
Going there and fixing shit. I know. Because my girl lives in Harlem. She tries to get shit done every week. She calls them to fix one thing. They fix one thing, they leave. For another 2 weeks, they come back.
But it's they have
crazy.
The bread. What are they doing with this money?
They don't give a fuck. They was talking about that on the news. In the Bronx, they was rallying and everything about surveillance cameras in the projects.
Niggas is swipers over there.
And swipers. They said they approved all this money for them to get out there and do that. So where's the fuck? They was talking in Gun Hill projects. The projects over on Gun Hill, they were talking about that. The same shit.
What other news you got, Cram?
Justin Bieber.
Oh God.
They're trying to make him pay. Well, they're trying to fucking call him the young Donald Sterling.
Wow.
Nah, come on, it's not that serious.
Look, no, it is. There's a second video.
I know.
So this is
Donald
2 years
Sterling?
apart.
Nah, come on. Let's
What is
bring
he
it
saying,
up. What
though?
happened?
All right, so the first video that was released.
Nope.
The first video that was released, it was a joke.
Right.
It was
No,
a,
don't put the video up. Let him
No,
talk.
you gotta hear it.
Nah, I would
Well, you don't
rather
have
see
to
the
hear
video.
it.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I'll tell you the backstory. You can see the video.
Go ahead, tell him.
So there's a video. He's with friends, and he says, "Let me tell you a joke. Why are black people scared of chainsaws?" And he's like, "Run, nigga, 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 run, nigga, nigga," like how a chainsaw would sound revving up.
Wow.
Right.
So that's the first one. So they went crazy. They're telling me, needs to pay this money. He's mad shit. A second video when he was 14. That first video was when he was 15. The second video was when he's 14. He's on camera singing a song. Changed the lyrics to some song, and he's like singing.
He's singing his hit, one of his hits.
Guess what?
His first hit
and
song.
he's like something.
Guess what?
One less nigger, and I'm gonna join the Ku Klux Klan and shit like that. He's like going on, and he's laughing, having a grand old time.
Guess what?
But
Not for nothing.
They're
I'm
saying-
not going to bat for him. When we turn these mics off,
Yeah, I say it
we
right.
use the word
I
crack
was
and
just
all
about
that.
yeah,
to
that's
say
all.
that.
But
And that's now he's stupid for having it on video.
yeah, and these
But
are
race
all
is
videos.
I'ma tell
always
you
going
another-
to
I'ma
be an
tell you
issue.
another
He's
one.
not like that now. I'm sure all of his friends are black. He probably has like very little white friends.
But people, you know how. But I say it like
But
this.
we
You know how
always know what
white
they
people
think.
do
Yeah.
when they're by themselves.
We know how we do when we by ourselves.
You're
And
right.
First of all, racism is a touchy subject. It's not going nowhere. It's across the board on all races.
Yep.
Everybody talks shit about this like it's universal. Everybody cracks their little jokes. Everybody
Right.
says their little thing that they don't even think is racist.
And a lot of white people
But-
get passes from other blacks, and they say, "Oh yeah, you cool. That's my friend. We've known him forever."
black
You
people are
can
some of the
say
most
it.
racist people I know.
I think so too. And there's
That
another,
ass, but it's not. We don't think it's racism because
We black.
we
We,
usually
calling
get
each other.
we usually get the end of the stick.
Right.
But it's fucking. I mean, he's fucked up for that. I would fucking probably smack the shit out of him if I saw him if he was saying that shit.
Yeah,
but
and what about all his friends though?
what about them? With everybody's
How are they
racist.
supposed to take it though? Should they be offended?
Should
Yeah,
his
yeah.
black
Or should
friends
they
leave
laugh
him?
at it too, like and be like, whatever? That's
First of
old
all,
shit.
Homeboy got too much
first of
money.
all, he's a mascot. They
And he
don't
been
really
doing-
fuck with him
he
like
been
that.
doing
It's like,
too much.
oh, Bieber, come get high with it. Like you're the mascot. Yeah, come out with me in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like we're with Bieber. It's something to do. You're something to do. You get to kick it with us. We got this white motherfucker with this white little teen sensation with us. He's getting high with us. We getting him fucked up. That's what that is.
That's what it is.
But I would look at it like this. He was saying it in a joking way. He wasn't saying it as a net. Like he wasn't calling a black person "you fucking nigger."
I'm sure.
Was doing nothing like
he
that.
needs
So
to
it was a
identify with it
joke.
and be like, "Yo, I was 14. I'm
Yeah,
22
and he's
now."
14, and I think he's only 20 right now.
No,
Yeah,
nah.
he doesn't. He's not of age.
Wow.
He's like 20 right now, or about to be 21. But there's another video out from Buffalo, New York, of this black man in a car in front of a Dollar Tree, and he starts his car, and this white woman's on the phone. You're a nasty nigger. You're this. You're that. And he's like, you scared the shit out of my children. Well, he's talking to the camera. He's like, he has a loud
We
car.
gotta cut this. Man.
So he has a loud truck, and he starts his car up, and he scares everybody. And the lady goes berserk. Oh, she's on the phone with her husband. He's gonna come down and kill your nigger ass. Like, oh, you call me a nigger because this. Like, it was just going on and on. She's really like out in the open, just going off on him.
Nah, on this subject, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. I want to play
Go
the
ahead.
Justin Bieber so he can.
Go
hear
ahead.
it.
One less lonely nigga.
Oh.
One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga.
Okay.
Gonna be one less nigga. If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK. Then there'll be one less lonely nigga.
They giggling.
But you hear like there's other whites in the
No,
background.
y'all want to
And
hear
it's
some
funny.
real shit? This is a real life experience that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. So I was on my way to work, right? And it was what the thing that got my attention. I thought this man had Tourette's because he was like making these outbursts. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, shut the fuck up. So I just kept hearing him saying like, why, like whatever. So I turned around. It was this white guy or whatever. This this older creepy looking white guy, whatever. He was talking to his daughter. So I'm listening because they're loud. So now I'm listening, and he's like, going in on her a little bit because clearly she's sharing her pencils in school. So he's like, well, why are you sharing your pencils in school? And why don't the kids have their own pencils? Da da da. So she's like, well, why? The teacher told me to. Da da da. So he's just like drilling her why. So then she goes, well, I think it's what did she say exactly? She was like, well, I don't think their parents have any money. And she pauses and she says, well, luckily we're white. Because white people have money, and most of the kids in my class, they're black and Spanish, and black people don't have money. So when she says that, I turn around. This little girl is half black, mind you.
Wow.
So, and her dad didn't say, like, I'm looking at him like, okay, so what the fuck are you gonna say, fuck boy?
He white?
Yeah. He didn't say shit, and it actually looked like he was smirking. Call me crazy. I might have wanted him to smirk, but it looked like he was smirking. So I'm looking around. Other people heard it because, it was a couple of old ladies shaking their head. This young guy that was sitting next to me, he's like, oh, that's fucked up. Nobody saying nothing. So I'm like, now I heard this shit. And I was like, I feel like I have to say something. And I was like, I'm not going to let this rock. I was like, if he gets off where I get off, I'm saying something. My stop comes, I get off, this motherfucker gets off. So I just turned around and I was like, I let him know. I was like, first of all, you should be raising your daughter better than that. And you should also teach her what to and what not to say in public. So he said, what? He didn't hear me. So I repeated myself. He was like, hey. Are you her dad? And I was like, you heard what the fuck I... Right. I said, and I was like, you heard what the fuck I said. And I was like, and I'm running to work. I'm late. So I was like, let me get the fuck up out of here. Because I wasn't going to give him what he wanted. Yeah. But yeah, like, that was just like, that was crazy to me. And it made me think, like, wow, like, that's bugged out. Like, look how people think this is a little girl. She was like 7, 8 years old. Mind you, she's clearly half black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it, I don't know. That just made me think of everything we talking about right now. Just made me think about that. That was just, it was bugged out. That was fucked up the whole day after that shit.
We got any more news? Because I did just get some news that I do have to jet ski.
So you out of here?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I got to jet out.
All right, so that's Pete. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed you.
Thank you. I wish I could get a lady to say that about me in the next couple of days.
Oh yeah, right.
If you wish to reach out to me and ask me any weird questions, or I'm a people's person, you can reach me via Instagram at flylifeimages.com, or you can just type my name, Pete Monsanto, Monsanto. I'm a black unicorn with a camera.
I was about to say, where'd that last name come from? What kind of nationality?
The origins of the last name is Italian.
Oh, okay.
But it starts in Italy, and then there's like Haitians that have my last name, and then Puerto Ricans. But it's all Caribbean by way. So my dad's side is Puerto Rican, but the origins of the last name is Italian.
Okay, so the slave owners were Italian, basically.
I mean, you can take it there. They like pizza.
But thank you.
Am I on Twitter? I'm on Twitter, the same handle at FlyLifeImages, and
definitely a dope photographer.
I guess that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like the work.
Fly Life Images.
I just liked 150 pictures on his page.
Follow him on Instagram.
And I returned to follow.
Follow him on Twitter.
Code World. Sorry.
I'm gonna hit you back up so we could get some pics.
Yeah. We'll work it out. My studio is very close to it too, by the way. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's up the block.
Oh,
yeah, cool.
Up the block being White Plains. So, that's right up the block. So thanks for having me, guys, and thank you for listening to the formalities. Subscribe. These guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That means so much. No, it really does. It really does. You out of here? You need a ride or anything? You good?
I think I'm straight.
You sure?
I'm straight.
Okay.
Because what we gonna do? Take a break? Let's
Maybe
take a break.
Nah. We could cut the show right now. It don't matter. But if you're gonna leave and Jet, you need a ride. We cut the show.
You know what? I don't know why we're recording all this, but I know you're gonna edit all this out.
No, he's not.
I'm not.
You're not.
It's all staying on.
I just got
my people need to hear everything that goes on.
A message that there was definitely an incident on the Metro North, and the power is cut, and people are sitting at Fordham Road. So wherever I have to go, I need to leave now because I may not make it there. So, that's why I'm dipping. Otherwise, I'd be here till like 11 o'clock.
There's always some shit with the Metro North.
What you mean?
Fuck.
What, are you trying to get to the city?
Yeah, I gotta go to the city.
Where you going? Where you shooting tonight?
I'm not shooting anything tonight.
No?
Nope. You know what? Life has changed me. I shoot exactly what I want. That is it.
That's a luxury.
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah, there's things that create that luxury. I'll come back on my second visit and explain how that happened.
He's a swiper. No, I'm joking.
Definitely not a swiper. You get your chain took like that.
Listen, I know some swipers. Ain't nothing wrong with a little swipe, okay?
Listen.
Shit, hook me over the swipe. I need a swipe.
All right, he has to go, man. He has to go.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
We
Yeah,
let her
thanks.
bring you back on, all right?
Yeah, I'll come and sit. We can just listen to music and all that.
Yo, before you leave, so I want to get this on record.
Yeah.
If we ever wanted to do like a shoot,
I just asked him that. He said his studio's not
I
far
said we'll
from
work it
here.
out.
We gonna work it out.
We work it
man.
out.
Work it out.
Oh,
Yeah, give him some cash. He gets some stuff.
This motherfucker be
There's
like,
always
where
something
were
right.
you?
no, I wanted to talk numbers.
Cram
but
don't listen.
He
No,
gave
we're
me-
not gonna talk
he gave me
numbers.
he gave me the eye like we'll work it out.
Work
You
it
know
out,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Work it out. We got
First off, no real smart businessman is ever gonna throw a number at you.
That's what I said. I want to get this on the record
Because I could give you like the real. If you want to give you, I could give you the thing that scares people away from it when they be like, "Oh, well, what's your rate? What's your quotes?" And I'll be like, "Well, it depends on who the customer is. Like, if I get hired by Reebok, $10,000." And they were like, "Well," I was like, "Right, so we should just talk about this later." Because you're a regular person with a regular job, and I'm definitely gonna like, you know what I'm saying? I do shoot for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I give everyone a fair, reasonable rate for what they're asking for.
Right.
You know, but you get companies, and I do clothing lines and brands where they need all kinds of stuff for their social media. Yeah, I'm going in them pockets, bro. You got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the work demands that. You know what I'm saying? People that, you know, working class that want photos, they don't really want me to do that much. They just need me to do something for one thing. And then it doesn't really take that much work.
Right.
But on the back end for a big company, it's the stuff has to be like this. There's the editing. We need it on this timeline. We need you to do this. And it takes 2 and 3 days for me to actually shoot everything and then go back and then rework. It costs money. Mm-hmm. So, sorry, you won't be getting those results today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Pete. Thank
No
you.
doubt.
All
No
right,
doubt.
Pete.
All right.
All right, guys.
Government pensions.
Oh shit, he probably
That's the show. Send us your emails, info@theformalities.com. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Stitcher. Got it all for you, all right?
All right. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah,
All right,
Cody is definitely
Thanks,
welcome.
Cody, for coming through. Pete
Whenever.
for coming through. Fly Images. Fly Life Images. I'm sorry.
Fucking
Fly
shit up.
Life Images. Go to the website. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, all that. All right?
Blue.
See you. Music, podcast, culture. You gonna say culture?
Nah.
Fuck you.